Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Revenge Garden. I am Carmen Cook. It's a little chilly here this morning, so I hope you have your cup of choice with you with a toasty beverage and are ready to settle in and hear these fabulous books. So we're going to start with Stephania Thompson's Woven. Josh, Kate, and I have an ongoing debate about who does the most work around our house. Not that it matters. It's kind of a ridiculous argument, but here's the thing. It's easier to ignore problems with the foundation when you're only focused on repair. Far better to build a house than fix one, right? We're learning that the hard way. As for the who does the most work, it's Josh, no question. But don't tell him I said that. I hear footsteps in the hall and burrow deeper beneath the covers. Our bedroom door creaks open, the light switches on. A loud, exasperated sigh. Josh. He's a bit dramatic. Seriously, David? You're going to bed? I squint up at him, half tempted to laugh. He's a mess. Sweaty, paint-stained t-shirt, face and hair all streaked with dust. There's more paint on him than on the wall we'd been priming. Seeing as I'm already in bed, I chose not to state the obvious. Josh, I say slowly as if speaking to one of my students. It's 11:30. Put the paint away. We've been working in the kitchen all night. I finally escaped around 11 and hid in the bathroom. Before he can respond, Kate peeks in. Hey boys, the toilet overflowed again. And no, she looks pointedly in my direction, I didn't do it. A growl escapes Josh. It's always something. I hate this house. Me too, says Kat. Let's move, I say. You two are not helpful, Josh sputters with an angry wave of the brush he's clutching. He's adorably flustered, and I cannot help but glance at Kate. We burst out laughing as he storms from the room. Not funny, he hollers. What? Am I the only one capable of unclogging a toilet? The squishy sucking sound of the plunger only makes us laugh harder. Poor Josh. The kitchen paint is peeling again, and he's beyond frustrated. I feel a bit guilty about leaving him to clean up, but not enough to get out of bed. Kate's still laughing as she leans in to say goodnight. Her loose blonde curls tickle my cheek, all silky smooth and fragrant like Pantene shampoo. She pauses to touch my face, stroke my hair. It feels good, and I'm tempted to reach for her. I want to reach for her, but I don't. She frowns, her finger tracing the scar above my ear, a month old now and still healing. I can practically hear her thoughts. It's fine, Kate. Yeah, but I cut her a look and she sighs, shoulders slumping as she makes her way towards the door. I have to bite my tongue to keep from calling her back. We made promises after all. And there's Josh to consider. She blows a kiss before shutting off the light. Night, David, she murmurs. Night, Kate, I say. Then I say a little louder. Night, Josh. Stuff it, princess, he mutters. They bicker in the hall a moment, and I listen, warmed by the sounds of their gentle sparring. My eyes drift shut, thinking of them, of our years together, the paths that brought us here, and of what lies ahead. Our bedroom wall rattles to life, and I peel one eye open. I love how the pipes clang so loud I don't need an alarm in the morning, and I hate everything else about plumbing and home improvement in general. One day I'm going to live in a pre-furnished, fully decorated condo and pay exorbitant homeowner fees so I don't have to lift a finger. I tunnel under the covers and indulge this fantasy while listening to Josh in the shower. It was my idea to buy this place. A project, he'd said. Something for us to do together. Once Josh gets an idea in his head, there's no persuading him against it. Kate and I eventually agreed, and we needed somewhere to live after all. Maybe it'd be fun. And it has been. A disastrous, chaotic sort of fun. We've learned a lot about each other, which really says something because we already knew a lot about each other. Like the fact that Josh is a perfectionist, I'm a procrastinator, and Kate's indecisive. This translates into Josh dictating everything and Kate and I struggling to complete the few tasks he delegates. Or, as often is the case, us hiding in the bathroom. Not that you can hide in this house. We tried in the beginning to maintain a sense of privacy, but then the three of us got sick from Kate's cooking. One bathroom, paper-thin walls. Need I say more? Anyway, Josh and I share a room for now. It's a bit small, but that's typical for the turn-of-the-century Baltimore row home. Every room feels like a glorified closet. We've been here for 4 months now, and there have been some hurdles. Remember that old Tom Hanks movie, The Money Pit? Picture that. Kate refers to our little city fixer as the Canton catastrophe. Josh and I just call it the shit box. But back to our bedroom situation. I don't mind sharing with Josh. Over the years, he and I have spent more nights together than apart. We're about as close as two humans can be, which sounds like a good thing. And it is. I love Josh. I love Kate too. Our situation is a little complicated. She tiptoes in all stealth-like. Stop staring, I say, without opening my eyes. She slides beneath the blanket. How do you always know? Extrasensory perception, I say, pulling her close. She's damp from the shower and smells of Sea Island cotton-scented body wash. We all use the same soap. Is that weird? I'm pretty sure body wash is for girls, but Josh and I are addicted to it. I sort of love how we all smell the same. Kate doesn't talk for a few minutes. This has become our morning routine. She showers first, then snuggles with me. Josh used to hold that coveted position, but he got bumped. From the shower, I mean. He and I snuggle all the time. Here's something about Josh. He takes absurdly long showers. It doesn't take a crime scene investigator to figure out what's going on in there, but really, should it take that long? Kate didn't think so. After a month of freezing cold post-Josh shower taking, she put her foot down. The order now stands Kate first, then Josh, then David. I haven't had a warm shower in months, but it's fine. I'll sacrifice for them. I'd do anything for the two of them. That is Stephania Thompson's Woven. Now we are heading over to the ongoing saga from Diana Marik. This is from Veil of Secrets. Everyone turned as Vivienna's entourage entered. When Madame Lord appeared, there was a communal gasp. The woman radiated splendor. Her raven hair was piled high with sparkling diamonds and ringlets of curls draped down her back. More diamonds adorned her ears and neck. Her flawless, pale complexion seemed to glow whenever she moved into the light. Miranda didn't like the vampire, but even she was awestruck by the woman's beauty. Gazing at Ramirez, she said mentally, "Have to say, she's outdone herself." Study in dichotomy. As beautiful as she is, her facade masks a heart of a viper. Miranda couldn't agree more. Exhaling, she brooded over Valadon's fate. Valadon had been forced into a marriage he never wanted. Marriage should be about love, commitment between two people with common goals. Vivienna only cared about herself. Valadon deserved so much better. All of this so he could ascertain his son's whereabouts. Let's join them. Taking her arm, Ramir moved them toward the dais, where Victor, their sage, stood at the top step, waiting to preside over the ceremony. Was it wrong to wish for a speedy divorce before the wedding even took place? Apparently, others agreed with her. Miranda heard people making bets on how long it would last. Valadon and Vivienna were at the third step of the dais. Ramir and Miranda stayed to the side, her stomach contorted with the wrongness of the situation. All Valadon wanted was to find his son, a child he'd had with his beloved Lena. Magritte knew this was his weakness and used the information to blackmail him. The only thing keeping Miranda from being sick was knowing Valadon would outfox them. Somehow. She snorted. At least he'd taken steps to protect his variable fortune. She must have missed Victor's words because someone handed him the ribbons he would place around their wrists. First Valadon's, then Vivienna's colors. When they exchanged kisses, Miranda looked away. Applause rang out in the crowd. She refused to clap, not for this calamity. Vivienna turned and smiled down at her. You see, he only weds one worthy of him, not those who are lacking. Miranda didn't bother to filter her words. You don't deserve him. Before she realized she'd spoken aloud, Vivienna gasped and then glared at her. Miranda felt 1,000 daggers were stabbing her in the skull, and she clutched Ramir's arms as she faltered. What's wrong? Distracted by the wedding, he hadn't noticed the Madame Lord, what she had done. She clutched her head. Vivienna is cutting into me. He maneuvered himself between her and Vivienna and somehow stopped the mental torture. You dare attack a member of our house? She insulted me. As queen, I will punish whoever offends me. You are not queen. Get over your jealousy, Vivienna. Miranda is mine and poses no threat to your marriage. Yours? She tilted her head as if contemplation. Is that so? She eyed Victor and smirked. If she's truly yours, why don't you marry her? She casually waved her arm. We have the sage, our people are all gathered. Or is this simply a ploy to protect Valadon's human? Miranda felt her cheeks to see if her eyes had bled. The pain had been so brutal she was sure blood stained her face. She was relieved when her fingers came away only wet with tears. A low growl escaped Ramir's mouth. Miranda, how would you feel about marrying me? Her head snapped up. Are you insane? She's only trying to cause trouble. This I know. One corner of his mouth lifted. In trying to cause harm, she may have given us a boon. Let's not waste it. This is her wedding and Val's. I'm not going to ruin their day. Outside the window, lightning illuminated the sky. Listen to me. He held her arms. Vivienna sees you as a threat. I cannot keep my eyes on you 24/7. The minute my back is turned, she'll try to harm you again. Let me protect you. If we're married, she won't have cause to see you as a rival. Viviana has a way of eliminating all competitors and making it look like accidents. Please, Miranda, let's do this so neither of us has to fear her retaliation. Miranda searched Romero's soulful eyes. More emotion than she'd ever seen before. As the girlfriend of a vampire, she could deal, but being Romero's wife? She had no clue what that entailed or how dangerous it could be. As far as she was concerned, she was already married to her career. We live different lives. Yes, we do. He brushed back her tear-stained strands of her hair. This won't work. She stroked the line of his beard. It can't. We make it work. He winked at her. And if it doesn't, but for now, let me sleep with the security of knowing Viviana will not try to hurt you again. He slid his hand over the side of her head. I love that fantastic mind of yours, and I don't want to see you get wounded again. Did she dare consider going through it? She looked around at the crowd. Not one person was there from her friends. No wares, no people from her job, but Romero. Lysandra is going to kill me for this. Liz was supposed to be her person of honor. He laughed. She might well try to kill both of us. We'll have to come up with some way of appeasing her. He lifted her chin. Please, Miranda, will you marry me? She never expected to hear those words from Romero. How could she do this? She gazed up at Viviana. Would the Vixen Queen really try to kill her? Miranda tasted her power. It was stronger than she'd imagined. Could she continue coming to Valcour and not be afraid of Viviana would endanger her? Would the Vixen make her death look like an accident? Romero was waiting for her answer. If we do this, it's not a contract between us, just a bond. We end it as soon as we realize it's not working, okay? Your faith in me is beguiling. That is Diana Marik's Veil of Secrets. Thank you all for joining me again this week. I hope you enjoyed both excerpts. Both books are available, so run out and grab your copies, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.